Hi, how's it going, folks? I'm Scott's Dragon, and this is Ark Survival Evolved, my beginner's guide to Ark. If you've been following the series, you can see we're making slow, steady progress, and we're going through and following the engrams at the levels. So we've kind of run out of time the last time, but we've got our foundations and our wee platform ready for our beginner farm. And so if you're enjoying the series, enjoying the videos, drop us a thumbs up, hit that notification bell so you don't miss an episode, and leave me a wee comment, let me know what you think, and yeah, let's get started and get this farm finished today. So as I was saying, we got the plumbing for the farm done, and basically the foundation's sorted for it. And the good thing about the way I've done the plumbing is you can still access it. Yet, once I put my HUD back on, to get a drink of water. So, there we go. We've still got access into it, and that will irrigate our crop pots. So I've had to do a wee bit of farming of materials, just basically cutting down trees, grabbing some stone, just so we do materials in to make the crop pots. We've actually got our levels now that we were wanting, so we're needing 2 wee levels before we could unlock the crop pots. So we'll just nip into the engrams just now. Once I put level 1 would help. Right. I'll go for a wee bit more health. Right. So we're going to stow all the way down to where we were. Stone. So that's us here now. Right. There we go, our large crop pots. We've also got a few other good bits that's unlocked to us now. We will need to go on a wee adventure to get crystal. Still haven't been lucky enough to get a spyglass out on the drops yet, so we've got to get a spyglass. But first, let's get these crop pots made. So you've got basically 4 vegetables. Basically corn, potatoes, carrots and lemons. So that's 4 crop pots we're needing. And we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 slots. So I think we'll do 2 of each. And that'll make it nice and even. Right, so it means we do need quite a lot of materials for these crop pots. Let's just see. So now we'll go into our structures, and we should have, yeah, there it is, farming. And it shows you everything we need for our farming. Yeah, 100 stone in each of these. So fibre, stone, thatch and wood. Most of them aren't too bad. As I said, I've been doing a wee bit of farming for the thatch and wood off camera, which you'll realise how much farming and grinding and stuff you need to do. We've got enough there for one. Okay, so we'll just get that one made. Also, while I've got the materials in, we're going to make ourselves a compost bin, because that is going to be very useful. And there is one other item I need to unlock for a bit later on. And some of you may be wondering why I'm unlocking a cage. Everybody thinks cages are for PvP. They're not. They're very helpful in PvE as well. So we'll unlock the cage as well, and I think we might be able to make one arm. I think it's only wood, but same stuff. So we'll get a cage made as well, and that'll be that made. Right. So crafting. I'm trying to remember where that would be. Maybe just wood. Yep, there it is. Wooden cage. And one of those. Right, so there we go, we'll go and get these down and out, and then we'll get some more stone. Dear, it's raining again. Right, okay, just want to jump onto the orbital camera for a second. And what are you doing? What are you doing there? Just going to try and let's see if we can position this right. It's a wee bit off. So if we turn it that way just slightly. There we go, that looks better. Trying to see. Yeah, it's on there fine. And if we wanted, I should be able to put a wee rail around the edge, but it should be fine. Right, so there we go, we've got a crop pot now. We'll get some more of these made, and it'll say there's water in it now because it's irrigated from the pipework underneath. So basically we've got our tap way up here. There's a tap there. We can drink water from it from here. But it will cover an area of 2 squares back, 2 squares to the side. Or is it 3? Can't quite remember exactly how many, but it will cover what we need. And that's only from one tap, which saves having a load of taps about. Right, our cage. Put that just there. It's a wee bit uneven with the ground, but there we go, we can open it. We can close it. Right. And we'll put our compost bin here as well. Oh, maybe not, it's squintish. Peek up. There we are. Right, okay, so, right. If you look at the red lining, you can actually judge how much you're off. You see the dark areas coming in, and then it'll go green. That's not too bad. Right. So before we get into compost and what the cage is actually for, we need to go and get a lot more stone. So we need another 700 stone, which will take a few minutes to get. doing so, we will gain some more needed levels. Let's see. I need to watch because I don't know what's actually doing away down this end anymore. There we go, we're getting like 80 a stone, so that's not too bad. There we go. Always got to keep an eye on your stamina as well. I've got force of habit of running everywhere, so I get tired easily. But you see the wee stars under the pickaxe symbol. That means that's your torpor starting to go up, and if it fills up, then you will pass out. It's not a good thing. Right. Just hoping there's no nasties about here. Right, that'll be lunch. I'm not wanting to use that beach rock. And I think a couple of levels and we'll have our Pteranodon saddle opened up. Which, yeah, that's going to make life a lot easier. It'll let us get up and get a bit of crystal as well, a lot safer. It's surprising how quickly you can progress, when you start with your basic flyer, your first flyer. I'm going to hit this tree here, just to get a bit of thatching wood, because I need to. I just need to fix my. There we go. Dear. Right. I'll say the issues I seem to find is that the resources don't spawn in very well when you're on single player. That's the only downfall with single player. And like the artifacts, always have a lot of problems with artifacts supposedly be spawning in on the right places and stuff, which they don't really sometimes, or I should say most of the time. But yeah, we'll talk about that a bit more later on in the series, and we'll see where the series is progressing to. At the moment, I'm just showing the progression at the moment. Right. Okay, so there's a wee bit there. Is that enough? No, 96. Right, so we need that. Right, so back to stone. No, farming. Any fibre. Should be 4, no, 3. What we short of? Thatch. Maybe. No, buttwood. Buttwood. And we just sounded like we just got another level. Right, so infantry. Yes, we did. Put this back in. Right. Oops, what am I doing? Wrong place. That one. We're out gathering a lot more narco berries again. Just so we've got a constant supply. Right, okay. So this is where it can get a bit tricky sometimes. I'm trying to line these up so that they're nice and tidy and straight. If you actually helps if we get some light. If you actually place over the top, you can actually stack them this way and plant them as well. So not only can you get like 4, you could put just 4 pots down and then stack on top of them, and you'll still get the same. You'll get the yield from each pot. It lets you plant a lot more crop pots in a smaller area. Right, but we're only going to line up with this one, hopefully. There. And we're going to slowly just move to the side. And I don't know why that did that. It wasn't supposed to. We will actually go back into the orbital camera and have a look. Anytime positioning of that, the orbital camera is really good for it. Because it gives you a slightly, I know they're slightly off, but I'll start actually for the inside. Okay. There we go. Yeah, pretty straight. Right, and we'll just more fingers and thumbs today. Right, we will get I think we'll have some more weight because I need more weight to get more stone. Right, we'll go and grab how much more stone do we need? We need 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. You should be able to get that in one run. Max should hold out. And always remember, folks, that I'm building on a spawn area. Try to avoid building in a spawn area if you ever venture onto a server. I can get away with it now because it's only me that's on here. But if you are building, try and avoid building on spawn areas, due to the fact is sometimes when you spawn onto a map, you end up in under somebody's foundations or in somebody's like basement, and it's usually full of dead bodies. It's not a nice thing because then you've got to try and kill yourself so you can get back out. And if you've transferred server with a lot of items and tames and stuff, then basically you're going to lose the items and tames. So anytime you're building, try and avoid the spawn areas. It's not a nice thing to spawn in and you're spawned into somebody's base. And if you're doing compounds, like compound walls, always make sure there's a wee gap underneath so somebody can crawl out under if they go around the perimeter. Which is always good if you want to get along with everybody usually. Last thing you need is spawning in and then arguing with everybody because you're stuck in somebody's compound or their base and you've lost all your materials and stuff. It's not too good. We'll go with that. And we have one more stone here. Grab this one. Right, and that gives us our 4 we needed. Just grab this wee one here. Just for extra. And by the time we get back, we'll need a drink. Excuse me. I've got a frog in my throat. Oh, my coffee's gone cold. Oh. Right, we'll just stop and rest up. I know I'm dehydrated. There's a wee symbol is just under the where the saving came up and the screen starts going purple. That's you dehydrating. Looks like a wee water symbol. Simple thing. Right. I thought you could put water skins in there. Maybe because it's through the... yeah, it's because it's through the foundation. You can use, you used to be, excuse me, you can usually place in water skins. Oh, there we go, access inventory. And you can place your water skin in just to fill it up. There we go. So we may actually run a separate tap off of this so we can have some water skins fill for if we're going any sort of distance away from our water supply. Just pop that back in there now. There we go, we're all filled. We'll get this. There we go, we're starting to build up the narcotics now. Right. So right, so we needed 4, was it? 2. But we're shorter wood. Quite expensive to make a couple of wee crop pots. I can craft 4. No, 1. That should be there. Sometimes you've got to watch when you're hitting the trigger for the controller to make 1. It will actually make more than 1. Which is annoying. Especially if you've been grinding resources for something else. And you only wanted to use a certain amount in one thing. And it makes something else too many of the one item, then you've got to destroy it or store it for a later time. Right. Okay, so we're back to positioning just now, and we're going to try and do it a different way. And we'll see if we can get the camera angle right. Right. It's position there. Why? Okay. We'll go back into orbital just to make sure these are done right. Well, that's perfect over the top of that one, near enough. And the good thing about orbital camera is you can only move forward, back, left and right, so that your position is actually a lot more accurate. Might take a wee bit longer. Okay. I don't think we'll be able to access that water tap now from the top. There we go. That's nice and tidy. And we should still be able to put a wee edge around that if we would wish to do so. Right, and if we just check, it's irrigated, 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 all irrigated. The other way to do it is to create water reservoirs, i.e. the big tanks, but you need a good scatter of them if you're going to be using a farm. It's sometimes choice of your base location is crucial. Ideally you want to be near or near at hand a water supply so you can pipe in water to your base. Right, so that's our farm sorted. We just need to get now, if we look at what's saying there, large crock pot, 0 out of 10. That means you can have like 10 stacks of 10 items in it. If we go in, no fertiliser to deposit. You can use feces as well, which I think feces is actually a higher nitrogen. Or actually, I think it's a higher nitrogen, but fertiliser actually lasts longer. So we're not in any real hurry, so we're going to we'll start processing fertiliser hopefully. There is one creature we may need to tame for that to help us out with that one, and I know where they roughly spawn in about here, so should be able to get one pretty easy. But at the moment we need to start with trying to get some fertiliser sorted. So we need to try and catch him on shops when he's busy. What's he got? Oh, I'll have them. Right, and stamina. What is left as a wee present? That's what we want. Right, pick up all a small animal feces. A very good bit. Access inventory into the compost, so we'll put that in, and it will also say structure will slowly convert thatch and poop into high quality compost. So we need some thatch, which this also helps by giving you levels as well, just the same as cooking foods. You do get a wee bit extra experience for this, so it's always worth doing. Plus, it's another part of the game. We will sort this out later on. Did he leave us another present? No. Right, there's also, if I can remember how to do it, Right, where is it? No, it's not that one. Oh, I think I need to be off the team. What are you doing? Behaviour, is it? No. Options? Yeah, including. No. There is a way to actually make them. To make them go to the toilet, I'm sure. I just can't remember how to do it. Usually I use the other method. I don't usually use the compost bin method, but it is part of the game, and the best way to learn the game is to learn the old methods first, the original methods for doing things, and then the more modern methods. Right. I will have a look and I'll try and remember how to see if I can make him day's business. Because you can, I'm sure there's a command you can do. Right, we'll take this up to 350 for weight. It would be nice if that Bronto was leaving some presents about for us, because that would be handy. Oh, there's another more shops down there. There's Dodo. Dodo's galore. Right, oh, we get wee trike there as well. Haha, Lystro, thank you. So that's a good thing about here. They might only be wee, but you will get some. Oh, there we go. You will get them leaving us little presents lying about, which is handy, because this is what they're needing. So it must have been the trike you left us, that bigger one. Yeah, that should be enough to get at least one bag of fertiliser to actually show you. Right. So as I was saying, there's only 4 vegetables, basically, that you can acquire. Right, so that should just now turn nicely into fertiliser. And this is the reason why I put the crop pot just by the door, so I don't even have to get into the base properly. You can just pop in. Right, so we've got that. We've got, if I can get out the base now. So we've got fertiliser. I think it takes about 15 minutes. I can't quite remember. Settings haven't been changed, so right. So we're going to grab the moss chops in now anyway, and we're just going to come here, and we're just going to gather. This is good because we'll gather our narcotics up again as well, and constantly keep making narcotics. It's always handy. You can never not have enough. Right, here we are. So what was that? Some berry seeds. There's one. Citronal. And long grass. Rock carrot. And is that it? A stimberry. Right, give me the narcotics. And unfortunately we don't need any of these. Right, so we've got 3 out of the 4 there now. I need to make up another folder, I just deleted it by accident. That's the only thing I have an issue with the PS5 so far is the controller is and can be very sensitive. I need to maybe have a look at the trigger settings. You should be able to get all four. Seeds from this area. Right, let's see what do we get this time. We got citronal. There we go, there's Sava right there. That's potatoes. Right, so is that just then? And Narcos. Right, so right, difficulty. Right, right. There we go. I think that should be us perfect now. Yep, we've got at least 2 of each of them, which we'll keep them in a box until we're ready to get them into the crop pot itself, which will take a wee while due to having to make fertiliser up ourselves, but it's worth the while. Just wait. Right. Get some food. Right, so that's us. We've got our seeds for our crop pots now. We just need to make fertiliser. A lot of fertiliser. For the crop pots. And thank you very much. Where did that go? That vanish. Okay. Well, that's there. We'll just kind of grab the little present he left for us. Oh, get off. Oh, come on. Right. Right, so we'll throw that in. We'll put the seeds away safe for now, because we want to have basically a good supply of fertiliser first before we start planting for seeds. So we'll pop these seeds just in this box here, along with the other bits. And then we know we've got them in. Yeah, so I'm still making steady progress. The crop pots are down, they're irrigated with water. We're starting making fertiliser for them, and yeah, it's all progression. So if you're enjoying the series, enjoying the videos, hit us that thumbs up. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think, hit the notification bell so you don't miss an episode, and yeah, take care, stay safe, and we'll catch you in the next one.